Coming up next, call for UN intervention. An exiled West Papuan independence leader has warned the struggle for independence could mirror Timor-Leste. There are more disturbing reports surfacing from the Indonesian province of West Papua amid a violent crackdown by the Indonesian military. The security minister says police have now banned any speech promoting separatism in the region. The West Papuan independence leader has called for UN intervention before the region becomes, in his words, the next Timor-Leste. Local media say at least 3 people have been killed in Puncak Regency, and SBS sources have given a harrowing account of fearing for their lives after being dragged in front of soldiers.
One man suffered a stab wound to the head and 8 others were also injured. The latest images to emerge from West Papua. Andy Ogatai was among a group of Papuans who believed they were only moments from being executed by the Indonesian military.
They talked to them to sit down all them, and then after that, the military, TNI, with its troops came directly and they opened the key of the gun to ready for shoot them. The TNI talked to the civil militia to prepare for the car to bring their body.
Mr Yemo says the civil militia had ambushed the group's car outside Jayapura last week, following demonstrations at the governor's office. When they refused to get out, he says dozens of civil militia members smashed the windows and dragged them out.
Police troops come to this place and stop them.
They got away with their lives but claim many of these injuries were inflicted by militia members as police were leading them away. They say one officer was also injured. These images have also been sent to SBS showing villages in the Puncak Regency where at least 3 civilians were reportedly killed and 1,500 people have been displaced following the military crackdown. Speaking from Britain, the exiled West Papuan independence leader has urged the UN Human Rights Commissioner to urgently intervene.
How many people need to be killed and then in UN to intervene?
While Australia has already said it's a matter for the UN, Mr Wender is calling on Australia to condemn the violence before West Papua becomes what he calls the next Timor-Leste.
The West Papua is a time bomb, so this issue never go away in eye of Australia, and we need Australia come out and, make public statement about the humanitarian crisis in West Papua.
Hundreds more Indonesian troops have been flown in after more than 2 weeks of demonstrations calling for an independence referendum. In Manokwari, a protest march today was blocked by soldiers. Papua New Guinea's Prime Minister has called on the Indonesian government to exercise restraint.
I totally condemned if there are any violence and killings on the other side. No human beings deserve to be killed, especially in their own land.
Indonesia's security minister says police have banned violent demonstrations and speeches promoting separatism.
There
isn't a country in this world that doesn't have an issue with separatism. It's inevitable. That's what we must oppose and neutralise.
4 Australians have been deported for participating in pro-independence demonstrations. Rallies are planned in Australia and across the world later this week to show solidarity for West Papuans. Virginia Langeberg, SBS World News.